Sometimes life can knock you off the ground, but surprisingly, an encouraging word can hoist you back to your feet. What we all need is someone in our corner, someone like Dr. Tanji.
Hi, I have 3 questions for you. 1, have you discovered your purpose? 2, have you discovered your ability? And 3, are you planning your life's path?
Dr. Tanji has inspired audiences on radio stations throughout the US and in the Caribbean on KISS FM with the Dr. Tanji Show. Now, sister station Hot 7 TV teams up with KISS FM to bring the Dr. Tanji Show to television.
I will share my wealth of experience, my affinity to life, and assist you in fulfilling your call. By tuning in to the Dr. Tanji Show on Hot 7 TV and KISS FM, you and I will begin to explore the answers to these questions and many more. And in these challenging times, it's just what the doctor ordered. The Dr. Tanji Show comes to Hot 7 TV on the 4th of February.
Hey, Ty! What's that, Nick? You already know what time it is. It's time for the Dr. Tanji Show.
Your grace and mercies brought me.
There he goes again. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday, and I'm your girl, Dr. Tanji. I am so excited. I know I start the show off by telling you how excited I am, right? But here's what I'm learning. Every day that you get an opportunity to get up, wow, that in and of itself is a blessing, right? Absolutely it is. So welcome to another edition of the Dr. Tanji Show, and you are in for a treat because we operate with the spirit of gratefulness, and that just means that we're smart enough to know that we didn't get here by ourselves, and for the ones who literally allowed me to be here, to have a show like this Monday through Friday right here on KISS FM 105.9 in like the heart of the day. That's amazing in and of itself, right? So kudos and thank you for what you've done, and you know who you are, right? And I literally get to come into this kingdom, and I get to be a student of sorts, because there's a man with a plan, and he's been doing it for, I better not tell how old, how many years he's done it, but let's just say, he's shaking his head no. But let's just remember that this guy knows what he's doing. He makes me sound good. Seriously, he does. And I just enjoy being around him. I do. You guys know him as Marlon. I know him as my gentle giant. Good morning, gentle giant.
Good morning, Dr. Tanji, and let me tell you, to be only 16 years and doing this for over 23 years is something, right? It's crazy.
Come on.
Yeah, to be only 16 years.
You know what? I didn't get the correlation with the 16. I'm thinking 23. I was getting to the 23. Yeah, you're right. 16.
Yeah, 16.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, and it's good to be here once again.
I know.
I hope we have a really good one, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I really, really do, because we've got people that are, they tune in and they're engaged and they understand that we can't do a show without you, so you might as well get ready to go on and listen up so you can make your contribution. 450-5477 is the number that we're using. Of course, after the show, there's a 470-534-2216 number, and I'm literally going through them. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, my girl, my lady rather, from the Bahamas. God bless you, bless you. She's my ride or die. She really is. And thank you to everyone that literally, and I said it once, I'll say it again, that tunes in because this is truly something that I love doing. I know that I am right where I'm supposed to be, right? I am on an assignment. And I said yes. Well, welcome to our newbies that are not familiar with this show. This is a show that is truly built for, or created rather, for encouraging. It's a show to motivate you into greatness. It's a show that I get to do every Monday through Friday from the beautiful country of St. Lucia. Now that just sounds nice, St. Lucia, in the Caribbean. And yeah, man, it's heaven sent. I founded the show on the HOS system, which is honesty, openness, and sincerity. What I've learned that in God's kingdom, because it is founded on biblical principles, right? I've learned, I like that, that he allows us to live out these principles as we study his word and go into our Constitution, the Bible. We're able to study the law and apply those laws to our lives, right? When you think about God's kingdom, the principles of that kingdom are the original intent for his word, the original intent for the law. So when you think about a kingdom as it relates to God, okay, it really is an actual place. It's his invisible government. It's where he rules in his country by the king being the king that he is. He also impacts his country with his influence, with his kingdom personally. The values, the morality, the lifestyle, those are all expressed in his kingdom. With the principles and the laws that go along with those, with that, we're able to literally study our Constitution and really apply those principles and unlock the principles with keys. There are certain keys that you use, right? Now, this show is not to give you an opinion, because in his kingdom, an opinion is not warranted. You won't get it from me, and I won't get it from you, right? Of course. And so let's make certain that when you get it, you walk in that truth, that you literally become who you are supposed to become. That's what this show is about. And you can check us out on all social media platforms at Dr. Tanji Show. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We have YouTube shorts, so just kind of look through and drop a line or two and let me know who you are and where you're listening from, and yeah, how we can stay engaged with one another. Now, coming up on the show today is a principle that we all know this principle, but I just kind of want to make certain that in this particular season, right, we're going into for the business people, the fourth quarter, and that's the quarter that really does matter, right? How you start and how you finish. So I want you to make certain that you know this as a truth. You are as strong as you say you are. That's the principle. You are as strong as you say you are. We're going to listen to this wonderful group, Image. Is that Image? Yeah. And I'll be right back.
You heard it. You heard it from my input.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong. I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I
this song, man. That song just speaks volumes. Thank you so very much, Image, for trusting me with such a beautiful work of art. And it's being played, all right? Please know that. People love the song, so thank you. Thank you so much, guys. They're supposed to be coming over to the island next month, so perhaps we'll have them in the studio. Of course we'll have them in the studio so they can tell you how they got here. The members are just amazingly talented, and one in particular, I think you probably know the story, how Johnny McKnight and I'll tell it when he comes here, how he is such a bright light and has just truly been one of those friends that you can depend on. Thank you, Johnny, for all that you do. So let's get into this topic. Let's get into this kingdom principle today. You are as strong as you say you are. And I put emphasis on the word say. It's something about speaking, right? I'm a witness to a truth. I know that we have been given the power and the authority to speak strength. We really have. And there's an exchange that takes place when you begin to speak how strong you are. The first thing that happens is that it happens literally in the spiritual realm and then in the natural. It does. So today we're going to focus on your responsibility to speak and what happens when you don't speak. Okay, let's get into it. See, your speaking strength over your life, that of your spouse or significant other, your children, your community, it's vitally important. It's so important that the word speak is literally written in our Constitution approximately 610 times, over 57 of the 66 books that are in the Constitution. So that just, when I began to study this, I said, well, it's just important what you speak, right? So in the beginning, God spoke. When he opened his mouth, he created, and because we are created in his image, which are the characteristics, and after his likeness, meaning we function like our daddy, we too have been given that ability to speak. But unfortunately, there are times when life really does just do a number on us and situations become unbearable that we just will not speak as we should. We either find ourselves speaking negatively or we're speaking more of what we don't want to see. If you're in a situation and it's not the way it should be going and you find yourself maybe celebrating that a little bit more than using the ability and the power that you have and the authority to speak. So, written in our Constitution in Joel 3:10, it says, let the weak say I'm strong. Whew, God in his wonderful sense of humor. How can I say that I'm strong when I'm afraid? How can I think I'm strong when I'm faced with so many uncertainties, right? You know, but what we have to remember is that not only does God know everything, he sees everything. He knows exactly where you are. He even knows when our flesh gets weak. But what we always kind of need to remember is God is spirit. I won't say he is a spirit because there are a lot of spirits, but God is spirit. And we are spirits. We have a soul, our mind, our will, and our emotions, and of course we're encased in a body. So when he blew, and my scholars, you know this, so sorry if this is kind of arduous for you, but when he blew life into us, that was suke. So he literally blew, or he literally deposited himself in us. And of course we know the fall and what happened, and now it's man getting back to God, and of course he sent his son, and you know the story, right? Of course you do. So we don't have to stay separated. We don't have to stay ineffective in our speaking. See, when you believe something, you act with full confidence that what you believe is indeed the truth, right? When you believe it. So in order to see what you say, you got to first believe it, right? Of course. Now, when the all-powerful, all-knowing God says, speak, no matter what we're feeling, no matter what we're experiencing, he said, speak. So here's what I've learned. When we take the Word of God and study it, and it becomes strength for us, and it really does when you begin to study, and then he begins to give you the revelation, right? And you'll begin to act in such a way, you'll begin to speak with such authority that whatever it is that's going on or going wrong in your life at that particular moment, you can speak. I speak strength. I speak strength. No matter what you're feeling, I speak strength. So I started thinking, right, imagine, if you will, a bodybuilder going into a gym. And this guy says, you know, I'm gonna do this thing once and for all, right? And he begins to look at the weights and he of course sees the smaller ones and they're up front, but it's something about the ones that are in the back with dust on them that kind of piques his interest. He knows that if I can master that, then I'll be able to do exactly what I need to do in this gym. So time goes on and he begins to lift weights and he's looking in the mirror and he likes what he sees and he's speaking, yeah. So he begins to isolate his muscles. Follow me. But he knows in the back of his mind, when I get back there, see, it goes from if I can do it to when I do it. When I get back there, I'm going to realize some strength that I never had before. So what does he do? He begins to challenge himself. Then, sure enough, the time comes where this man, I'll say man for it, come on, don't beat me up, ladies. But the time comes and he goes back there with full confidence. Because before he got there, he was already speaking. When I get back there, I'm going to realize my strength. When I get back there, he knew that the time would come that he would be able to get back there and lift the weights. But isn't that what happens to us? We know that if I can get through this, I know I'm going to be stronger than what I am. It goes from if I can get through this to when I come through this. And little do you know, it's the exchange that takes place when you open your mouth and begin to speak the strength that you need to see. So what happens? What happens if you don't speak strength? When you do not speak strength over your life and over the situation and over the circumstance that you may find yourself in, your silence is deemed an approval. What you talking? What I said. When you do not speak, like you know what you're speaking about, you'll find yourself being silent and life will do exactly what it does so well. It'll pass you by. Yeah, it will. But when you speak in faith, I am strong, and receive what you've spoken, then you're operating in the key that unlocks that very principle of your thinking that you were weak. Yeah, it works just like that. It's like a give and take. Just because you have been labeled, if someone labeled you as, oh man, you're weak, it doesn't make you weak. It's when you believe that you are. It is that you begin to see what you believe. But what would happen if every time you thought you were weak, you would replace the word weak with strong? I am strong. I am strong. I am strong enough to get through this. I am strong enough to get up out of this bed. I am strong enough to put one foot in front of the other. I am strong. It does not matter what I'm feeling. My knees may be knocking, but I'm still strong. I remember, me and my story time, right? At 31 years old, I'm thinking to myself, now is the time for me to go to med school. I'm strong enough to do this. Didn't matter that I had 3 children. Didn't matter that I was divorced. Didn't matter that I was living from paycheck to paycheck. You could not have stopped me from speaking strength in this situation. I literally had to envision it. Then I had to speak it. Then I had to plan it. Then I had to do it. See, we can't just get away with saying we're strong without putting in the work. What happens when you do not speak strength over your situation? I'll tell you. You begin to live in the shadows of timidity. You begin to live and act like you're scared of everything. You're indecisive. And you literally think that I cannot do it because I don't have the strength. But it's something about a person who understands the assignment, as the children would say. When you understand that you were created in his image, characteristics, and you were created after his likeness, functionality, you'll begin to speak stuff, man, that you mean to tell me that I have the same authority as my big brother? Yeah. You mean to tell me that I can speak life? Yeah. I can speak strength? Mm-hmm. But it's more than just speaking. It's that full assurance. It's the full knowing that you have everything that you need. You have everything. I did tell you, and you know this, he's the greatest manufacturer in the world. He never let the product come or develop a product that didn't have everything that is needed for that product. All right? So, repeat after me. I am strong. Yeah, you. Would you?
Okay, let's go.
I am strong.
I am strong.
I am strong.
I am strong.
I am
strong.
Yeah. I don't know about you, man, but something happened when I was already feeling like I was strong, right? But it's something that happens with the conviction of knowing that you got everything you need, even your strength. 450-5477. I really want to hear from you. 450-5477. After the show, 470-534-2216. And WhatsApp, 758-450-5477. So, let me hear how strong you are, because you really are stronger than you know. You do know that, right? Of course you do. Of course you do. All right. And I almost forgot. When you do not speak strength, when you do not speak strength in your life, in your situation, you forego the opportunities that where strength is required. And everything that you do in this life, anything that is that you do that it has to have a modicum of strength. You can't do it in your strength, right? So when you say I am strong, you're literally saying we are. Remember, he deposited that in you. So it's God really talking to himself. So when you say I am strong, he agrees with you. Yeah, yes you are. And he gives you the fortitude to do exactly what you need to do. 450-5477.
Dr. Tanji and Marlon, good day. If only we were fully aware of our creative authority and ability, our life and circumstances would be so different. Thank you for the reinforcement. Yeah. Jana Martin.
Hi, Miss Jana Martin. Thank you, lady, for showing up for you. And thank you for getting in my bouillon bowl, which is tomorrow, by the way.
Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. Generally speaking, We often believe that when negative words are spoken, that it will come to pass, but we don't believe when someone says to us, "You are" or "You will." We need to embrace positive declaration, speak life into our lives, and trust God's strength and abilities. We must remember that the world came into existence through words. Sherwin Wilson.
Thank you, Miss Sharon Wilson. Man, you're spot on, lady. Thank you for your support, too.
Barbara says, "Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon." Says, I am strong, and I'm a promise to.
I love you, Miss Barbara. You got it, lady. You get it.
Someone says, "Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. I am strong." Have a wonderful day.
I love that. Wow. Did they give a name?
And they didn't leave a name.
That's okay because you really are. You are strong. And it's just something that happens when you say it. Seriously, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're faced with, it is something about making that declaration. Wow.
All right. And the next message here says, "Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. I feel stronger now. Thank you for the reminder. I feel better knowing I have authority over my situation." And the name is Ella Elfrage or Elfridge. I'm not too sure of this.
Ella Elfridge?
Elfridge.
Okay. Good morning, Miss Ella. And you really, really are. Thank you so, so very much, seriously, for living in that truth.
Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. Happy Thursday to you. Yes, we are as strong as we are. One thing that I have realized is that for me, I got up to see how strong, I got to see, how strong I was in my chaos. Looking back, I asked myself, how did you do it? I am thankful because in chaos, it is so easy to give up and throw in the towel. The credit is not for me, it's only God's. One thing for sure, I did was take him at his word. I spoke the word over my life. There is power in words. I used to quote the scripture with promises over my life. We need to speak into our situations because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. He has given us the power. It's within us. Speak faith over our fear. Speak faith into our dead situations. The dry bones can come alive. It all happens in faith. Speak the affirmations over your life. It's also a choice, a renewed mindset that you think you become. One thing we need to know is that the enemy attacks the mind first. There is always a battle going on there, the flesh and the spirit. Which one will we allow to control us? Have a great day.
Maggie, yeah? But of course, thank you so, so very much, Maggie. I do want to say something about the affirmations. I got into affirmations a few years ago, and the power, wow, it's just, it was mind blowing. Ty and I actually had started it, and you could literally see the difference. Yeah, it took about 30, 45 minutes to get all of them out, but the results were as if, it happened. I want to say overnight. Of course, we know everything's a process, but it behooved me to see how quickly things could go from, God, it's so difficult, to, wow, God, really? So write out those affirmations. Our Constitution is packed full of them. Get them, write them down, post them to your mirror, whatever you need to do to remind yourself just who you are so that you begin to live this life victorious in any circumstance.
All right, and next message. Good day, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. Happy Thursday. You are so right. 2 years ago, I was going through a tough time, and I couldn't get out of bed, and I felt like my spirit had left my body. And I prayed and asked for strength, and immediately my spirit came back. It also says, I am strong, I am strong.
Wow.
A message there coming from Romala.
Ramala, you're giving me chill bumps, man, because I could feel what you were saying. Isn't that something how you can just feel what someone says? Thank you so very much for trying him one more time, right? You got up out of bed, and that's what matters. God bless you, lady. Wow. I wanted to make certain before we go that I say good morning to Mr. Charles. He's with Tasty Burn over in Castries. And the food is amazing. The service is bar none. So go by there and tell him Dr. Tanji sent you. And also to the beautiful lady that I saw at the drugstore, Miss Regina Edward. She says she listens to the show every Friday. Thank you so very much for your support, lady. That's it, man. That's the show. Oh,
I think we can just squeeze in this one
very
before
good.
Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. A blessed Thursday. Thank you for this encouragement. I am stronger, better, and wiser after listening to your shows. Always very informative and educational. Putting God first is the best thing I could do ever in my life. Message coming from Suzanne Marshall.
Wow, Suzanne Marshall, you sound like my kind of sister who knows the truth. Congratulations to your new. Thank you so very much for just hanging out with me for a few minutes. Seriously, I do not take it lightly or for granted. I know you can literally listen to any station that you want to listen to, but the knowing that you take time to listen to us here at KISS FM 105.9, mind-blowing. Thank you so very much for your support. The Lord say the same, and the creek don't rise. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Same time, same station, with the addition of Hot 7 TV. Don't forget to smile, man, because it makes you look good, makes you feel good, and live from this place right here. That's your soulish man, your mind, your will, and your emotions. Talk to you soon. Mwah! Bye.
Sometimes life can knock you off the ground, but surprisingly, an encouraging word can hoist you back to your feet. What we all need is someone in our corner, someone like Dr. Tanji.
Hi, I have 3 questions for you. 1, have you discovered your purpose? 2, have you discovered your ability? And 3, are you planning your life's path?
Dr. Tanji has inspired audiences on radio stations throughout the U.S. and in the Caribbean on KISS FM with the Dr. Tanji Show. Now, sister station Hot 7 TV teams up with KISS FM to bring the Dr. Tanji Show to television.
I will share my wealth of experience, my affinity to life, and assist you in fulfilling your call. By tuning in to the Dr. Tanji Show on Hot 7 TV and KISS FM, you and I will begin to explore the answers to these questions and many more. And in these challenging times, it's just what the doctor ordered. The Dr. Tanji Show comes to Hot 7 TV on the 4th of February.